June 27th. Welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. Thank you guys all so much for the comments and the new subscriptions. We're going to dive into Taigong's 6 secret teachings. We're almost done with chapter 1 in the first teaching. We're going to be moving on to the second soon, but first, reward and punishment. King Wen asked Taigong, rewards are used to motivate people and punishments are used to warn people. I would like to motivate 100 people by rewarding one man and warn the masses by punishing one man. How can that be achieved? Taigong answered, to use rewards effectively value credibility, and to use punishments effectively value certainty. The credibility and certainty from reward and punishment can be seen and heard by the people, and even when they do not see or hear, its subtle influence will still reach them. As the ruler's trustworthiness is appreciated by both heaven and earth, it extends to the deity as well as man. I highlighted to use rewards effectively value credibility and punishments effectively value certainty. So credibility and rewards, those two really do go together in so many ways. And as well as like the certainty, you have to be certain of the punishment, you have to be certain of the outcome, you have to be certain why you're doing it, you have to be convicted, right, of like why you're convicting someone. And then with the credibility for rewards, it's like you're rewarded for just your honesty, your credibility, you're rewarded for looking for the truth, for exposing the light. Principles of military maneuver. King Wu, the heir of King Wen, asked Taigong, what are the principles of military maneuver? Taigong answered, in military maneuver, nothing can be more important than unity and consistency, which I've highlighted. Nothing can be more important than unity and consistency. The unified troops can fight independently without enemies. The legendary Yellow Emperor said, unified command is marvelous and unpredictable. Unity is about timing. It lies in the utilization of situations. It lies in the utilization of situations. And I highlighted unity is about timing. It lies in the utilization of situations because every time that something arises, you can't always predict. You can only prepare. But it is really the situation of the day, the moment, the hour, the job, the plan, the whatever it is that you've created is the situation or you're responding to, that it's like only in the moment can you get that unity. You can practice and you can have unified command and all of that, but it's like you have to utilize the situation in order to make it real for your troops, for your men, for you, for whatever perspective it is you're trying to unify. Its success lies with the sovereign. In this way, the ancient sage kings described wars as evil instruments, which should only be used when they were inevitable. Today, the Shang king realizes the existence of other countries only when his country is facing crisis. He has only known indulgence, not disaster. The long-term survival of a country is not just about the present, it is about contemplating future danger. A wise ruler's true pleasure comes not from immediate indulgence, but in foreseeing future crisis. I'm just going to read that again. A wise ruler's true pleasure comes not from immediate indulgence, but in foreseeing future crisis. So the wise ruler does not get pleasure from indulgence. He gets pleasure from foreseeing the future crisis, and planning and preparing and doing the things to make that not a bad situation. Now you ponder the question of survival. Why do you worry about other details? King Wu asked, two armies encounter each other. The enemy cannot attack, but our side cannot advance either. Knowing the opposing side has strong defense, neither side dares to go forward. I would like to attack the enemy, but lack advantageous conditions. What shall I do? Taigong answered, give the appearance of chaos, while in truth you remain disciplined. Pretend to lack supplies while having sufficient. Pretend to be weak while strong. Divide or assemble the army, making it appear disordered to confuse the enemy. Conceal your own tactics and intentions and build high barriers. Allocate your elite troops to ambush. Be concealed, invisible, and quiet. The enemy cannot fathom your strategy. If you want to attack from the west, pretend to advance from the east. If the enemy already knows our situation and tactics, what shall I do? King Wu asked. Taigong replied, "The secret of success lies in observing the enemy's movements and seizing favorable opportunities. Attack them swiftly and unexpectedly." And that's going to take us into martial secret teaching. But I just wanted to talk about what Taigong was just saying about appearing weak when strong. Give the appearance of chaos, but you're disciplined, and giving these feigned appearances is one of those things that, like, you need to do personally as well, because otherwise, right, if you wear your heart on your sleeve, as the saying goes, you orchestrate, you show too much, and too many people are able to make their judgments, and that's why maybe they take advantage. And so pretend to be weak while strong, right? Give the appearance of chaos while you remain disciplined. These are things that some of the best of us do, and then you either dismiss them as like stupid, not worth your time, or whatever the case may be, because they look flustered and like they're a little ball of chaos that you don't want to get involved in that drama. Yet when I see people who are very successful, very wealthy, do this, it almost clicks, right? When you see this strategy implemented, you say to yourself, "Oh, I get it now." And then you start to use it more. And then you start to realize, because you get reinforced almost immediately, depending on what you're using it for, right? What strategy you're using it for. But it really always does play out in your favor, because most people don't have time, and most people don't want to take the time. And so giving off these appearances and these images can be a very successful strategy depending on how you use it. So that wraps up today's reflection before we move into martial secret teaching. So I want to hear from you in the comments below. What are some moments in your personal story where you have had to appear weak when strong? When have you shown chaos when in fact you have order and discipline?